thanks for joining us again. Got a few more jobs to do today. Now, where we are with this, we've got power on this side of the van. There's a couple of sockets. There's a couple of sockets over here, and we've got the new urn. So this is like a 20-litre urn, but I'm thinking get big, fill it halfway, just use the bottom half, then it's not going to slosh over the side when we're driving. So if we could just use the 10 litres in the bottom of the urn, it's going to be great. But anyway, enough of that. What we need is a plug for the urn, because it can't stay down that end of the van. There's just not enough room. It's got to come up here on this nice space. So we need a plug on the back here. I'm thinking on the back of the counter there's room down here for a double socket, and also got these USB plug-ins at the top. There's one this side and there's one the other side. They were originally wired in to the ignition on the battery on the vehicle. Now this is running two separate systems. We've got batteries under the counters, big batteries to run the coffee machine out through the inverters. So rather than having these USB sockets running off the car battery, because I could say you'd be parked up for a day with, say, the fan in the USB, you come to start your van and it's going to be dead, isn't it? So I'm thinking these USBs need to be running off of the batteries in the back. So rewire the USB into the batteries in the back with a switch, so you can turn them on and off, because they do stay lit all the time, which they're going to be using a small amount of power. We don't want that. We want to be able to switch them off and on down the side here. So we're going to put some switches in, power switches and a switch for the USB. That's the job for today. So let's crack on. Another little job that I've got to look into is this seat. Now I want it to swivel. I want to swivel the seat round so that we can, you can sit here, looking obviously back down out the window at your stuff, at your customers. We need a seat, because there's no seats in the main aisleway, and if you sat there, you're going to be pointing the wrong way. So if this was on a swivel like in a camper van, it would be brilliant. So I'm going to look into it. I don't know if I've got to chop the seat base, weld a frame, or even buy the swivel and weld it to it. Not sure yet. If you know, if you've done a swivel seat and you've got some good companies that do the bits and pieces, drop me a little comment, because I'd love to know the ins and outs of swivel seats. I've got a rough idea, but if you've done one and you know what to do, just give me a little tinkle, because I'd be well chuffed with a bit of information on that. So let's get on with today's job though. Oh, here we go. Right, and so what we've got is a couple of screws, obviously. We've got a switch for the USBs and a back box, and I've got a double socket with USB extra sockets in there as well, and a back box. So we'll get all of that on the back there, and I think we'll go that way around. I think we'll put the USB switch on the end here, and then the sockets can go in behind it there. It's going to look quite nice. I'm going to go for the thinner back box, I think, for the switch, so it's going to sit just slightly proud of that, like there. I think that's the way we're going to go with that. So let's just have a look in the cupboard and see what we've got to screw into. I've got it's like a false backing on that, so we can put a decent screw through there to hold that on. So let's go and grab some screws. What I've got here is got my boxes. I've got these are 530 screws, which basically means 5 is the head size and they're 30mm long. So that's basically what you screw when you go to screws. 5 is quite a big head, so they fit in these boxes nice. Give them something to hold them in nice and tight. If you put a small one in there, they can sometimes pull through. So right, let's go with that. Like I say, let's get this. I think we're going to go with the first one about there, and then the second one's going to go in next to it, just there. If I don't want it to see it so much from the edge, so if we just go back a little bit there like that. Okay, let's go with the first one then. Let's get a screw, get it in the driver, and hopefully I can get in. I'll bang that one in first. That's one. in this one. There we go. They look good. We can get another one in there maybe. Let's go for 3. Oh, I'm not going that one. Oh, I'm going for the full Monte, I'm going for 4. Let's go for it. We don't want it falling off, do we? Right, there we go. That's on nice and tight. That's all good. But nothing come through the back yet. So, right, the next one is the big dog. So let's get that in next to that. One, 2, 3. Go. Right, so there's the sockets in. They look good. That one's got a little crack in it there, but there's nothing in the world. We're all good with that. Oh, when that's nice there. I'll go back a bit more. I think that one might just go back a tiny bit more. Right. Good job. Let's get some holes through now so we can get some wires in. One, 2. There you go, you can see the 2 little holes coming through, and because I've not gone for massive holes, it would split all that wood open because this is only a bit of plywood. So I've got some smaller holes in there. Now I can get a nice cutter. If I get the cutter here, it'll hopefully make this hole bigger without destroying the wood. Should do it quite clean. So I'll just whip that drill out of there. If I put the cutter in, can I get this drill in? Oh, it's a bit tight, isn't it? I can put it in my wonky drill. That's this one. Let's lob that in there. The only thing is with this one's not got a lot of power. It's a bit old and a bit weak, but let's see. Yeah, it's gone through there nicely, look. There we go. So we've got a couple of cleaner holes there now, which is good. Let's do the same with this side, make this one a bit bigger. Go straight through that one. There we go. So we're in now. Holes are through. This is a cracking bit of kit. You can get into those tight spaces with it because it's obviously got the angled neck, but it is a weak thing. It's not very strong, and you can overheat it dead easy. Yeah, get the old Dyson in there. So I've got a piece of 2-core wire. This is for the lights. Because all we're going to do is break into the 12-volt positive feed of the USBs and just run them through a circuit through this wire. So let's get that through the through there and into the cupboard. Come back out the other side. Oh dear. Let's go again. Right, okay. So that's going in there. We'll tie a big knot in the end of that for now. It'll stop it coming through. So that's good enough for that one. And I got my big roll of 16 amp wire that that we got off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for that as well. Really good quality cable. It's thick as you like. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So let's get a bit of that off the reel. Right, so there should be plenty here to be getting on with, so let's get that through there. There we go. Thought for a minute, my hole weren't big enough. We'll just leave it like that for now. Let's get a couple of holes through the back of the cupboard so we can go out the back and into the battery compartment. So you can see the wire that's up there at the minute. I'm going to have to grind these screws off as well because they're so sharp. But I'm going to go, I've got a space just behind that wire there to come into the compartment there. So I'm going to go right next to that one with another one. Make sure they don't touch it. Make sure it's out of the way. There we go. Lovely, lovely. And then we need one for the little wire as well. Put the drill in that one. Let's go to the outside of the van. So that's the one we've just drilled there. If I can get right next to that with another one without damaging it. Like that. Bingo, that's beautiful. Yeah, you can see we've come through here now and we've not done any damage to the wire. Right, so let's get this through. This is going through the back one. And I'm going to take this one right the way back to the fuse box and I'm going to bring it in from the fuse box again as a new feed, because this is going to be having the urn in it. So it's a oh, my light's got it's a 2 kilowatt feed, or 2.2 kilowatts, so it's got to be a decent wire to it. Right, okay, that's enough for now. Let's peg it in around the other side and then work its way back. Right, so here we are. This is the fuse box area. So let's get that round there so you can see that a bit better. And this wire here is coming in from that side. So what we need to do is give ourselves plenty. I'm going to have to put a hole through the side of this and put one of these dome nuts on it. So we just need to give ourselves plenty to work with inside the fuse box, which we'll say about that much. That's loads there. So we'll start by bringing this wire in, maybe from there, and then it's going to go inside. So I'll start just there with that and pegging that back to the wall. This has got a solid bit there, so I'm going to go again in line, and I want to go up the top, so we're going to turn that and have that going up to the top, and it's coming in this side of that one, so it must be there, like something like that. I'm going to come that way. Actually, I'm going to go in, up and round and get that tucked right back tight against there, and then if I pop a cable tie in like that, and then into this beam that's coming down there. Something like that. And then we can carry on across the top. And now I don't want to be whacking these upwards because it's going to break the fixings of the worktop. So if I take my clip and I pull the nail out and then use a screw, if I get a small screw that's just the right size to come through and out the bottom of it, what about that one? Yeah, you've got a little bit protruding out the bottom. If I get that in there, hold that with a pair of pliers, don't hold it with your fingers, otherwise it spins and takes all your skin off. But if I just wang that through there, just till it starts to come out the other side, like that, and now I can put that straight in the cable and clip it without having to nail into the top. I'm actually just screwing, and there's no whacking and banging. See how nice is that? Beautiful. So we'll do a few of them along the top, get this nicely pinned in. Now I had to tidy up this whole cupboard. All the wires that were here were all loose. None of them were pegged back at all. So I can't remember whether I filmed it or not, to be fair, I don't know. But I've tidied it all up. I've been working through this, going through all the wiring. I might have done it on the 24 socket. I can't remember, 240 socket video. I can't remember. I've got that much stuff down. I don't know where I am at the minute. But So the wiring itself, it has needed a bit of work doing to get it looking anywhere near what it is at the minute. But yeah, you can see that now. That's coming along nicely. We'll keep going with that. We'll keep screwing these in. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. Let's bring you around the other side so you can actually see where I'm going with it. I need a bigger tripod really. Okay, let's have a look so we can get you up there. You see that all right? Yeah, you're in. Right, so we're coming along here. Push that one back through there. Now I know where I am, I can get rid of the access cable. And tidy it all up. Good, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying doing these different jobs. Like that. Yeah, pleased with that. Right then. Whew. Now we can get the other wire through for the USB switch. Well, because that's what this one here is. This is where it goes up to the top. So let's sort that one out. Let's bring that wire through the hole and then we can tap it into this. Okay, so we'll split the wire like that, peel them back, giving us both colours. And what we're doing is just making a circuit with these two. That's all we're doing. We're just making and breaking it with the switch. So I'll just get rid of that. Just give ourselves a bit of material there. Twist them up. And then the two that we've got coming out of here, we're just going to snip that. Give ourselves a bit there, snip it back there. Again, we'll peel that. One there and one there, and we're just going to go from one to the other with these wires. Twist them in, then we can solder them two together. Right, let's get this on here then. Let's get some solder going on. You need to clean your soldering iron tip. It's getting a bit worn. That's one anyway. Let's get this one done as well. Come on. There we go. Beautiful. And then we need this tape. Now, I mean, a lot of people moan about tape and want to use heat shrink, but do you know what? I've used tape for years and never had any issues with it, so I like a bit of tape. Tape's not bad, as long as you get plenty on there, get it nice and tight. Bring that right down to the fuse and get that fuse nicely bound in as well. Just so the end's sticking out, so if I do need to change it I can. Right, okay, and then we can get all that back down behind the inverter. Lovely, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's alright, that, I'm pleased with that. I'll go with that, what do you reckon? That don't look too bad, does it? That all looks pretty tidy. Right, back on the inside cupboard again, you can see where the wires are coming in through there. So I've got to get these up nice and tidy. I want that one right up in the top there if I can. I can get that up there. That's really gone in well, look. You can see we've got that round and then pegged up nicely there as well. Let's try and tie this one up as well, get that round there, cable tie. Job's a good one. Got my handy tub of cable ties, these are great. What a great bit of kit. Let's get some of these in there, get a couple of, massive, I don't want them ones, jeez, they're huge. Here we go, these ones look good. 2 medium sized ones. Ah, here you're in. You're in the cupboard. So I want that nice and tidy there. Let's see if I can find another one. I've got that one there, so if I could get that on and bring that right up to the top like that, and then bring that straight down into there, that's going to look rather nice. Bet you got shocked to death then, didn't you? Did you have a bit of wobble on? Right then, final bit then, let's get these wired up. So that's all good, right length now, and literally got just it's a live and a common to go through to make a circuit on that. So if I pop that down, then you'll see when it's lit. Let's get some cutters on here, get this one finished off. So we'll give ourselves a little bit to play with there, because that will fold up inside there, so we'll go with that there, about there. Snip that off. Chomp that down the back just to split the 2 wires. Try not to chop them both. And we can separate them too. It's easy if you get separated, grab hold of both of them, and 2 of the outer sheath, and then pull their separate ways, and we should be able to get that to split nicely. Like that. I can snip that off there. And what I'll do with this, because I don't want that to go back through there, if I get a cable tie and bang that around the base of that, pull that way I want it, and then just do that like that, it'll stop it going back through. If I just nip that off there like that, that'll stop that going back through the wall and ganging up on the other side. So now we can just bring these 2 in and feed them in. Let's give ourselves a double, in order to do a double bend on the wire. There's 1, there's 2. So basically what the switch is doing is just breaking and joining these together. So if I touch those 2 together like that, the power's on. The, can you see that, where is it, up there, let's get you over so you can see the, yeah, so this here is the USB socket. If I touch the 2 wires together, see the lighting up now, so that's a circuit there, and that's all this switch is going to do, is just break and open that circuit up. So if I just twist those in, twist them into a bit of a, to give the screw something to squeeze up against, like that, and then we get a screwdriver for the switch. I think we're going to be, I think it's common to L1 is what we're looking to go for. So on that you've got a little screw in the bottom there, so we'll get L1, we'll put that in there like that, get that all the way in, and then do the screw up at the top. That's that one done, and then we'll get that one into the common slot. No, won't no. I'm putting it into the screw head. Womble goes in the bottom there. I'll just undo that one a bit more. Okay, and we'll get that in there like that. Now we can do that up. Right, and then as we flick the switch, you can see that now, on, off, on, off. So we'll flick it on, because I like my switches to be, I know this might seem a bit anal, but when I switch it on I like the top to stick out. When I switch it off I like it that way. So it's going in that way up. We'll get that in there like that, and then we'll get some screws in there. 2. Right, on, off, on, off, beautiful. That's that one sorted. And then the second one is going to sit on there for the socket. Whoa, blimey. Let's get this one in. Same again, so when that's in there, we need to give ourselves, let's give ourselves plenty to work with. So if I chop it off quite, give ourselves plenty there to strip and mess about with to start with. Right, and let's have a look at this one. Again, we need to split the sheet, so it's just a case of just starting it off by cutting it back a little bit, just till we can get hold of something. I mean, what you can do is bend it like that, snip the back across, create yourself a little splice in it, so you just see the wires start to come through, and then bend it, and just keep doing it when you're bending it, and then turn it the other way and do the same thing that side. Keep bending it and splitting it. There it goes, look. Being careful not to go through the actual main core, and then we just pull that off. And it gives us what we want to see. But we want to do that right down here, so let's go again. A bit further down, and I go to about there somewhere. Pull that off. Oh, there we go, look, that's the good one. Right through now, we've got plenty of wire to play with there. And when that's in, we can get that down, out of the way. Bring those in, and what I'll do is again I'll put a cable tie on there to stop that going back through the wall. So on this one we've got live, neutral and earth. So they're not too far apart. Earth's over there. Let's have a look what we're going to do. So live at the top, so we get him. He's going to be coming round and going in about there. Neutral. Again, we can cut that one quite short, so let's go live, neutral, and then the earth we can have a bit on that to play with, like that. So let's strip these ends back. I'm going to go enough to double these up again, give ourselves plenty of wire to go at. Like that, we'll twist it round. Double it up, twist it, and double it, and then twist it, and double it. Ouch. We'll make sure that the screws are undone on here. Let's wind them out a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Right then, so live into the hole, get it in there. And we can do that one up to start with. That's that one in. And then it was neutral in that one. Do that one a little bit more. Do that one up. And then the earth was over there. So we'll get that one in there and do that one up. Like that. So there we go. Live, neutral and earth all in the back. Get it the right way up. We'll, like I say, push that down there. Get them in there. It looks like we're in. Because it's got the USB components inside it, it's made this plug a lot thicker than a standard one. It uses all of the back box up. But no harm done, she's there up. Bingo! There we go. Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Pleased with that, yeah. And we're alright in the cupboard as well. Let's have a quick look in there to show you what we've got in that bit. See, the wires are still nicely tidy in there. Yeah, all that's left now is to wire that main socket into the fuse box. So we'll crack on with that. Right, so what I'm going to do as well is with the van and this massive battery setup that it's got, it comes with this big monster battery charger. And it's a beast of a thing. I've had to fix it already. When we got it, it got a problem with the fuses and the wiring inside here. It all burnt out. Somebody just probably overloaded it. But anyway, I've managed to fix it all up. I've got to do another video on that because I'm going to take it to bits again. I'm going to put an Anderson socket on the front so we can literally just clamp it in rather than having to use jump leads. So a really quick kind of setup. That will be another video. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add another socket to the side here that we're going to wire in with them other ones as well. Purely for the fact of I can put the battery charger here, and rather than having to run another extension cable out for it, I'll be able to just plug it, the main, straight into, hook up in, the battery charger in the side here, charging the batteries. So that's the idea. So I think just another auxiliary socket inside here will work a treat. So let's get this one on the side here, we'll get it all screwed in, and then we can wire it up with that other one we've just put through. Now again with these sockets, if you've never fitted one, you look at it and think, how am I supposed to get the wires out of that? And it's pretty simple. Inside here you've got this kind of area here, it's really thin. You choose where you want to put your wire through, and I'm going to come up through the middle on this one. So I just choose where I'm going to go, and you just tap it out. You just give it a little bash, chip that out there, and the same with the inside. You just come from the inside. It's in the middle but yeah, just give it a tap through. Breaks out, and then you've got your hole there ready for your wire. Just can't make sure that the hole's big enough because this wire is pretty chunky. I might have to go a little bit bigger on the outside. There we go, nice big hole there now, look, beautiful. There we go, that's on nicely. Let's get some clips in here now, get that going up there. Right, and so what we've got here is this bag of these 20mm glands. So this is large gland with lock nut 20mm wide, because they are a bit, if you don't know what you're buying, they're a bit tricky to get hold of those. Couldn't find them to start with. Now then, we're going to get these going in through the fuse box. So we could go top. There's 3 pins in the top. So am I going to go in? I think that would be quite nice actually. So I'm going to crack the fuse board, move it out, turn it slightly, and then we can get in there and get those tops off. So let's whip the front off it. Okay. That's the cover off of that. Get that out of the way. One, 2, 3. And now this will spin round. We'll drop down. You can see what we need to get out at the top here. So I've got a little pilot drill first. I've got to watch that out, don't short out on them battery terminals actually. Right, let's have a look. Let's try and get that one through there to start with. There's one starting pilot hole. I want something over that. I don't like that touching that battery terminal. You can see we're shorting across the 2 of them and having a bit of trouble. There we go, got an old rubber glove. If I just get that around that, that's just going to save us having any problems. And I'm going to go with the other one, which is going to be just about there. Like that. I can get the cutter in there. Okay, and we've got a cutter there with nice staggered hole sizes on it. Oh, that's took it clean out, look. Oh well, if that's the case, It'll be okay. And if I get that screw thread up there, and then get that one on there. Would have been nice to have got it perfectly the right size, but hey ho. Right, that's that on there. So that's one on. Now I've just got to do this side one. Right, there we go. Is that going to be big enough? Is it going to be big enough, do you reckon? Fingers crossed. Oh, like a glove. Like a glove. Now we can get that nut through on the inside as well. Get that done up nice and tight. There we go. Now we can get that back on the wall. There's one of them. Two. There we go. Right, they're all on. Both of them are going into the same fuse inside, which is going to be the sockets. So we're going to get these into the sockets output. So if we just mock it up, that one can go up the top and through the top hole. We want to have white material up to about there. So let's trim that one first. Just mark that where we're going to peel it back to. This one is coming in through the side, and again it's got one of white material up to about there. So we know where we are now. Let's peel them back. Oh, there we go. That's one of them. And then the other one was just there. There we go. Alright, let's feed these in. So on top of that one. There we go, that's one in. And then that one. Something like that. We'll get those tied up to the wall there. Ooh, bingo. Right, let's get these wired in. Now what we can do, I want to get the earth around the back of everything on that one, so it's going behind that, round the back of that, keeping it all nice and tidy and out of the way, and then that can go up and into one of them. So let's chop that one back to there, get that in. Yeah, about there, looks pretty good. So let's chop that one off, strip that back, twist it up. We'll just loosen off one of these spare earth bars that we've got, and that can go up and into there. And I'll do that one up. And we've got another one there, another spare one. So we'll bring that one out, and we can do the same with the other one. Okay, so that's the two earths in. They're in good. Right, now we've got the neutral, which is going up into the neutral bar here. So I want to bring that from behind all of those and bring it round so it's nice and neat, following the path of the other two. Twist that one up, undo the one on the end, and you can share a bed with that one. So that's that one, and that one's just straighten that one out, and we can twist those two together. And then get them up into that one there. Do that one up. Tuck that one behind, out of the way, and then this next one here, we've got his other neutral there coming up, and that one can also go nicely into there. So if we take that off to about there, and we'll do that one up as well. Okay, put that wire back down here out of the way. So it's looking nice. We've got they're all tucked away nicely. So now we've just got these two positives. So we've got a 6 and a 20. So the 20 is favourite for the sockets. We'll just undo that one there. Oops. Whiz that one out of there. Well, that might need to be made just a little bit longer. Take that off to about that. Strip that one back as well. Twist these three together. Get all three of those in all at the same length. Twist them all up. And then get them down inside that, into that fuse. There's a pair of pliers on there as well, just to help get them all in equally. Let's do that up. Right, the last thing we've got to do to make sure they're in is just to pull each one of them individually and make sure they've all been bit. Yep. So I'm happy that they're all in nice and tight. And then last but not least is to tighten down this on the top. Let's make sure the wire's the right length. Yep. So we just screw these up nice and tight, and that squashes them in. And the same with this one on the side here. Just do them up nice and tight. Beautiful. And that's job's a good one. Get the front cover back on. Right, let's give this new socket a try. We'll get the old milkshake maker in there, and let's see if it works. Oh, beautiful. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So we know the socket's good now. So that's another little job done. We've got the auxiliary sockets finished off, all wired into the fuse box, and yeah, really pleased. Good job. Stick with me again, got plenty more videos coming up on the van. So yeah, drop me a little thumbs up, like, subscribe, and keep your eye on them playlists. Thanks for watching.